right. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to our Juice Plus Power 5 event. And my name is Michelle Taglamonte, and I will be hosting this event tonight along with Lisa Durbin, Jenna Green, Katie Elmore, and Lindsay Ismer. And you've been invited to this because we respect you, and we really want you to know what we're up to. And we're just going to be doing a nice, relaxed, fun event. We're going to be sharing some quick information and stories, and we are not going to be asking you to do anything except for just listen. And maybe you'll think of someone in your life who needs to hear this message. So thank you so much for coming.
First off, we know that being healthy today can be challenging. Wouldn't you agree? We all want to look good, feel good, and live a long life. Do you need me to stop, Michelle?
Nope, go ahead.
Unfortunately, knowing how to make that happen can be complicated, unpleasant, and even confusing. That's where we come in. Tonight, we're going to introduce you to a movement called the Healthy Living Revolution. We are part of a unique community where together we are taking our health back in ways that are simple, doable, and fun. It is our goal to come alongside individuals and families who want better health and meet them where they are and empower positive changes along the way. We have some amazing free resources which we can share with you at the end of tonight's Zoom. And if that is all you are interested in, that's great. In addition to that, we are committed to helping others through nutrition, which is the foundation of good health. Tonight, we're going to spend a little time talking with you about the nutritional support that we have found that has made a huge difference in our lives and share our stories with you. We would love for you to be thinking of the people that you know and love who, in addition to you, could benefit from knowing this amazing information. Jenna, you're muted.
I gotcha. I can't unmute you, Jenna. Can you unmute?
Unmute now.
There you
Sorry
go.
about that.
That's okay.
All right, so first we're just going to start out by talking about the foundation of good health. We know that we have to flood our bodies with the most important foods we could ever eat, which are raw fruits, vegetables, and berries. They're not just good for you, they're absolutely critical. Did you know that we're supposed to eat a wide variety of 9 to 13 vegetables, fruits, and berries every single day? The problem is almost nobody does that. Think about it. How many days in the past week have you gotten in 9 to 13 servings of fruits, veggies, and berries every day? Even the best eaters need help doing this consistently with great variety. And that's why we're so thankful we offer the nutritional support of something called Juice Plus.
Yeah, so Juice Plus is over 30 different raw, vine-ripened fruits, veggies, and berries in a capsule or a gummy. And we're going to tell you a little bit about that because it's non-GMO, it's certified to be pure, and we actually like to call it a salad in a capsule because it's just like eating a salad with a ton of variety, even though it's in a capsule. And so it's important that you understand the process that the plants go through in order to be encapsulated or put into a chewable. First of all, our fruits, veggies, and berries are completely vine ripened, and they remain attached to the plant until the nutrition is fully developed. The fruits and veggies are then ground up, which is better than simply juicing. I don't know if you know juicing, we use the entire food, the whole food, including the peels, the leaves, and the seeds whenever possible. And that provides a lot more nutrition. In an orange, for example, I'm sorry about my dog. I've got the shades closed in the front of the house so he wouldn't bark, and he's still barking. So sorry about that. So 80% of the nutrition is found in the peel of an orange. And so, you know, most of us are not eating orange peels, right? So that we get to use the peel in the Juice Plus. It's then slowly dried at low temperatures, which preserves the live nutrients, and then it's put into a capsule or a chewable. And so there's a few other things that I want you to know about Juice Plus. First of all, it is scientifically proven. Juice Plus is the most thoroughly researched nutritional product on the entire planet. And we have almost 40 published research studies that have been published in peer-reviewed medical journals, with several more on the way in the future. And secondly, it's important to note that this is food. This is not a vitamin. Our bottles actually have a nutrition label, not a supplement label. And you know, it's the same label that you would see on a bag of broccoli, a bag of frozen broccoli in the grocery store, okay? So the government considers this food. The FDA has given us an FDA-approved food label. It's important to note that there's no warning label or no warning label or safety lid on Juice Plus, which means it's safe for people of all ages. You know, if a baby got a hold of a bottle of Juice Plus, they could dump the whole bottle of capsules into their mouths or eat the entire baggie of gummies, and they would be completely safe in doing that. It's safe for people of all ages. So pregnant and nursing moms, this is the perfect prenatal nutrition. Babies and children, elderly people, and even professional athletes. We actually have a certification that enables professional athletes and Olympic athletes to be able to take Juice Plus. So we have our Juice Plus fruit, veggie, and berry capsules, and as well as a few other solutions that I think are really exciting that Lisa's going to share with you.
So this is the Juice Plus Omega Blend, and it is made from 6 different plant sources, which make it both sustainable and safe. Did you know, and this made me sick, it requires 4 pounds of fish and skin to make just 1 ounce of fish oil. This is why in Juice Plus we go around the fish and go directly to the food that the fish eat to get our oils, which is the algae. There is no fish in our omegas, so there is none of the contamination from those fish either. There are a total of 6 plant sources in our omegas. They contain the full spectrum of naturally occurring 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9 oils, and they're encapsulated using a brand new low temperature technology so that none of the delicate oils in the capsules are damaged through heat.
We also have an amazing whole food, plant-based, vegan protein shake called Juice Plus Complete. You can eat chocolate or vanilla, and you'll be getting 8 grams of fiber plus tons of amino acids and other plant foods every day in your smoothie with Juice Plus. It is a delicious and whole food. It's amazing for breakfast or post-workout drink, and it's also a great healthy snack for kids. I give it to my kids all the time in smoothies and just in shake form. We also have a whole food bar called Complete Bars, which are an excellent way to help you add more whole foods to your diet as well. And our Tower Garden is one more way that you can help yourself and plant your own foods to get into your body every day by just growing them at home, indoors, or out.
Yeah, I love my Tower Garden. So our company's commitment to health is demonstrated in our amazing family health study. And this is something that we wanted to share with you because an adult that eats Juice Plus every day can actually receive free Juice Plus for 1 child with their order. Any child over the age of 4, all the way up through full-time undergrad college can get free Juice Plus. And so we as representatives believe in this product and program so much that we subsidize the cost of the Juice Plus for the child so that families can do this together. And all we do is we ask for a questionnaire from the parent or from a college student if they happen to be in college, showing the amazing results that the child is experiencing. And that includes, those benefits include things like being sick less often, taking less medication, whether it's prescription or over the counter. They perform better in their school and in their athletics, and they actually have a better awareness of their health. So it really is amazing how kids are more aware of their health and want to eat more fruits and veggies when they get Juice Plus into their bodies. So we're going to share with you what Juice Plus has done for us. And we're going to start with having Izzy share her story. And I don't know where you are, Izzy. I can't see you. So hopefully you can unmute yourself. There you are.
Hi. So
Hi.
I'm Izzy. Some of you all also know me by by Lindsay Ismer. I know my mom is on here and named me, so I have to go for Lindsay for a second. But anyway, I wanted to tell you about how Juice Plus has changed me in a huge way. So I started taking Juice Plus back in September. For years, I've struggled with digestive issues, sinus infections, fatigue, bloating, list goes on. And honestly, I always thought that because everyone else was also struggling with these same similar issues, that it was the norm per se. But then last May, when I became really ill, I started to talk to the doctors about what I should do in the meantime while we were trying to figure out exactly what was going on. Because what started with a virus slowly progressed to much worse, turned into peripheral neuropathy. I was getting nerve shocks, weakening of the muscles. I was tired all the time. I couldn't even walk to the bathroom without wanting to faint. I had stiffness and pain everywhere, and we had no idea why I was getting sick. All we knew was my body was shutting down. Before we could find out what was going on, the goal was to get the inflammation down, and one of the suggestions were to get on a different diet. Well, I had a seizure in August, and so I Katie, my friend Katie that I met in college, because I knew that she was a health guru, and I called her to ask her what she would suggest I do in regards to the health and diet and any suggestions that she had. And she started telling me about Juice Plus. So she starts telling me about it, and I was like, Katie, this sounds awesome. Send me this information. So she sends it to me. I start researching it. I took it to my doctor, and I said, hey, is this something that you think that hello? It said I was muted and then unmuted. Can you hear me? Okay. And so I took it to my doctor, and she said, it's so funny and great that you brought this to me, because I actually was just about to suggest that you get on something that like this, something whole food capsules, veggies, fruits, because we did get your test results back and you are malnourished. So the biggest part of this entire thing, even though it was one piece to the biggest puzzle, was that we needed to give my body a fighting chance. And so by starting and taking the veggies and fruits, I didn't go into it thinking, okay, I'm going to start telling everyone about it, because I'm the type of person that wants to make sure it's actually working. And even though I saw the research, my doctor said, this is great, I still wanted to make sure. And after 7 days, I could already tell a difference. And then I had a family member that got sick. I told them about it. And we were talking just the other day about how much more energy that we have. And it's, even though I still am, obviously I have a few more months of treatment, the biggest part of it was giving my body a fighting chance. And the veggies and the fruit and all the nutrients, by making sure that my body is getting this, it's actually increasing, boosting my immune system. And the doctor's really impressed with how everything's going. The pain's gone down, the inflammation's gone down, my digestive system's better, I'm feeling better. So I'm on now the path of recovery, and it's only been a couple months of me taking it. So the best part that I'm excited about is the complete shakes and the snacks, the snack option, because I do travel a lot for work. I'm not able to travel right now, but come January, I'm going to be traveling again. So having that complete shake, so I can have an on the go meal, is really essential to making sure that I keep up with this healthy living, because that's going to ensure that I'm getting, because as you know, if you travel, that you grab food quick. So trying to make sure you have the right nutrients is really, really hard, which is part of the reason why my immune system had gotten so low. My body had gotten so low. I was vitamin deficient. I was malnourished. Just the eating, just everything that played into it. So by starting the Juice Plus product, I now have been able to give my body a fighting chance, not just for this, but for an ongoing, anything else that might happen down the road. I've already noticed that my allergies have gotten better. It's actually insane what nutrition can do, just by making sure you're getting those right nutrients. It truly is remarkable what it can do when you don't even realize that you don't have what you thought you were getting just from a little bit of broccoli here and there. It's crazy. So that's my story of why I started Juice Plus. And then the reason why I started doing it more as a business was because I realized that I was being selfish keeping this to myself, because this is the most legitimate product that I've come across. And being that there's health benefits, that Michelle will go over all this later on, it didn't make sense not to talk about it and not to sell it, because I didn't even try, and I already made over $300 and I didn't even put in any effort yet. So I can't imagine what's going to happen when I actually start pushing this, not just for my own financial benefit, but also how many lives I can help and affect that may be struggling with the same thing that I was, but did what I did and stayed silent and didn't tell anybody. And so I had nobody else to give me the resources that I needed. So anyway, that's my story, and that's it.
Thank you. Katie, do you want to go ahead and share?
Okay, before I started taking Juice Plus about 1 to 2 years ago, I started and stopped and then started again. I was living in Oregon and had just finished competing in numerous bodybuilding competitions. After competing, all I wanted to do was eat. I could eat I would want to eat all of the sweets and high calorie foods, because my body was trying not to be in a deficit anymore. My eczema returned, my sleep was irregular, and my weight began to increase. After being contacted by Jenna, who's on here right now, numerous of times to inquire about Juice Plus, I finally decided to take the plunge and begin flooding my body with over 30 fruits and vegetables every single day. I began feeling the benefits of fruits and vegetables instantly. I was not fatigued throughout the day, and I was eating more nutritious foods. At this time, as I was living in Oregon and taking Juice Plus, I decided to become vegan so I could eat more fruits and vegetables. My body reacted like I had hoped and decided to stop taking Juice Plus at that time because of all the nutrients I was getting by fruits and vegetables. And then at the time, I also increased my soy intake, and my body reacted negatively. Apparently, I was allergic. My eczema flared up, and my body continuously felt like it was burning and itching. My eczema patches were so dry, itchy, and swollen. I felt like I looked like a burn victim. It was just so embarrassing, and I hated to even have my pant leg ride up when I would cross my legs and someone just stare at my ankle, and I could just see their eyes swell up, and it was not my favorite thing. So I moved back to Ohio and I started taking Juice Plus again. And instantly I felt less fatigued throughout the day and began sleeping regular again. Now, even though my eczema is not cured, it has drastically improved. I'm not constantly itching and is no longer swollen and inflamed. I do not get super embarrassed when my pant leg comes up, rides up, and you can see an eczema patch or anything. People no longer stare at my irritated skin, but rather compliment on my complexion. I'm so glad I learned about Juice Plus, and I'm honored to share my story with each and every one of you listening tonight. And I hope that in some way I can help. Jenna?
Thanks, Katie. I was introduced to Juice Plus about 4 years ago, and I was pregnant with my second son. And it interested me immediately just because I had always lived a healthy lifestyle. I thought I was getting a ton of fruits and vegetables every day. So I thought that this could only benefit me. But something else I was going through at the time was my first son. He was born with some significant special needs that required us to bounce between a constipating diet and a high fiber diet. So I was really concerned, being the health nut that I was, how on earth was I going to be able to get all these fruits and vegetables in him and those nutrients and live this healthy lifestyle that I want to lead for him and put nutrition in his little body. And it almost came at the most perfect time because not only was I pregnant, but dealing with this issue at the same time. So I jumped in, but being me, I started it on myself first because I had to make sure that even though all those research studies were there, it has a nutrition label, it's all just fruits and vegetables, I had to make sure that it was safe for my son. And I survived and I thrived. Being pregnant, I was actually sleeping pretty decently. And I was having food aversion. So it really put my mind at ease knowing that I was getting all those fruits and vegetables while I was pregnant and not wanting to eat a single piece of broccoli or spinach my whole pregnancy. Once I had my son, I started my entire family on it. And, my husband, who suffered from allergies his whole life, we started cutting back on his medications, and he was doing so well. He travels 3 to 4 times a year, was constantly getting sick. And we started to notice that his illnesses just weren't there anymore, all because of this. So we have just been so blessed through the product, and every opportunity now I get, I want to share it with whomever I can, just because it's made such an impact on my family's life. And now I have a third child, and I'm blessed to be able to stay home with her and the other 2 kids. And it's really become a passion of mine to just spread health to whomever I know. And just watch my family continue to grow and watch their health, develop. So it's been a real blessing.
Thank you, Jenna. Yeah, I learned about it when my kids were babies too. I learned about Juice Plus when my youngest was about 9 months old and my oldest was about 2.5. And I was working in corporate America. My husband and I were burning the candle at both ends. I was probably working 60 hours a week as a district manager, and he was traveling about 200 days a year. And we were just sick all the time. I mean, clearly our lifestyle of being incredibly busy had taken its toll on our immune systems. And I got bronchitis probably 3 or 4 times with my first pregnancy. And so by the time that baby was 2.5 years old, I was sick all the time. Starting in September, a simple cold would literally keep me down the entire winter. It would turn into sinus infections and bronchitis and just illness constantly all the way through until April every single year. And my little girls were in the pediatrician's office every single month, at least once. I was constantly shoving that stupid pink medicine down their throats because they were sick all the time with ear infections and upper respiratory things. And my husband would travel and get lung infections from traveling on airplanes and had digestive issues too, diverticulosis at one point. So we were desperate. We were desperately seeking solutions. And I was very frustrated because no doctor could give me any information about what we could do. They just wanted to keep putting Band-Aids on it with antibiotics. And I actually had allergy testing done and I wasn't allergic to anything, but I was told that I needed to get more sleep. And I was doing the best I could, trust me. So a few months later, I was just so blessed when I went to a chiropractor for something completely unrelated and found the fact that I could flood my body with fresh raw fruits and veggies in a capsule and that there were gummies for my babies and that it was safe, and it made a huge difference immediately. Like we got started immediately, and within a month, the girls were no longer in the pediatrician's office. Within a few months, my husband and I were no longer getting constant illnesses. Our colds were less frequent, less severe. Sinus infections were not necessarily going to be the end of a cold. And just over the years, our health just continued to improve. And I was very concerned about things like Alzheimer's and breast cancer and macular degeneration and fibromyalgia, autoimmune disorders. I mean, I know now that I was on my way to a full-blown autoimmune disorder because I look at my other family members who at that time were dealing with all those things I just listed, and those are all autoimmune. And my body's response was constant illness. And I know that I would be a much sicker person if I hadn't found this all those years ago. So, it just has made all the difference in the world. And we eat better now than we ever did. And I will still never go a day without taking Juice Plus because I know I can't get this variety into my body consistently. Lisa, how about you?
Okay. I'm trying to get through this. So 10 years ago, my son was diagnosed with a couple of medical issues, and we tried medication, and he had every negative side effect on the labels, to the point that after a couple of months, he absolutely refused to take any more meds. And thank goodness that is when a nurse told us about Juice Plus. Because better nutrition made sense for all of us, we put the whole family on the family health study, and we were blown away by the positive results that we saw after just a few months. My son's medical issues greatly improved, as did my husband's psoriasis. My daughter's asthma completely went away. My fall allergies completely went away. My husband used to get sinus infections several times every winter where he was out of work acting like a baby on the bed for 3 days. And once we started on Juice Plus, he never had another sinus infection in the last 10 years. At that point, I was already a thyroid cancer survivor. And the idea of getting all those fruits and vegetables was tremendously reassuring to me. Juice Plus was a catalyst for us for a change in our family's lifestyle, and we were eating much healthier as time went on. But fast forward 10 years, as you can see from looking at me, cancer struck again. In spite of my efforts. In August, I had to have surgery to remove my left salivary gland and the facial nerve that was damaged. They replaced that nerve with a piece of nerve from my thigh. And that surgery took 8 hours. And my surgical team was led by one of the best doctors in the country. You might have read about him in National Geographic in August. He was responsible for the team at the Cleveland Clinic that did a full face transplant on a woman at the clinic. When it was over, he told us that I was the healthiest person he has ever operated on. Totally made my day. And at my follow-ups, he has been blown away by how fast I've been healing. I have a 12-inch scar on my thigh, but I was already able to walk 3 miles 1 month after the surgery. People, this is the power of what whole food nutrition can do. Tomorrow, tomorrow I'm starting radiation treatments, but you know what? I really, in spite of the fact that it's very emotional, I feel confident that I will experience far fewer side effects than the typical cancer patient, thanks to the protection afforded by the phytonutrients in the Juice Plus products. I really first joined the company just to save money on our family's orders. But when I started to see what great things it was doing for us, I started telling other people about it. Now I am able to pay not just for our product, but I also pay for my daughter's voice lessons and acting lessons. And I get to travel twice a year with a group of awesome, forward-thinking, positive-minded people that I just adore spending time with. And to be honest, it is largely due to their support that I have been able to be so strong through this cancer journey. So thank you so much for listening. And I turn it back over to Michelle.
And I have to follow that without crying. And Lisa, we are so proud of you. Thank you for your vulnerability and thank you for sharing that. And as you can see, you know, all of us have had incredible results with our own health. And because of that, we feel morally and ethically obligated to pay it forward and share this information with all of you. And what I've loved about being a part of this company is the fact that I get to work with these amazing women and so many people like them who are so passionate and like-minded and just love other people enough to, you know, want to share this with you all. So, you know, I want to make sure that, and Lindsay mentioned this earlier, you know, this business made so much sense to me when I first joined it because I wanted something for myself. I was able to be home with my girls, and I had left corporate America, you know, because we had no time freedom. We had no balance whatsoever in our lives. But because I had found this nutritional tool and wanted everybody I knew and didn't know to know about this, I decided to join the company. And, you know, at the time, I didn't really have a huge financial need. But fast forward, you know, 14 years, and my husband lost his job. And I looked at him and said, honey, you know what? I've got an opportunity here to earn a benefits package, an amazing medical, dental, vision, tuition reimbursement, life and long-term disability insurance, chiropractic coverage. I mean, a huge benefits package with this company. And so we're going for it. And that's what we're doing. And so, you know, I think it's profound that a company like this can exist, that has such a heart for people and has such an incredible opportunity. So it's enabled us to be able to move back from Illinois back to Ohio and build a house and be closer to our girls. So, you know, I just want to wrap it up and tell you that we're so grateful that you joined us this evening. And we would love to know from you what made sense to you, and also who you might have thought about who could benefit from knowing more about what we're sharing. We want to network with people who are ready to take their health back, maybe to take the next step in their health, as well as people who want to make a difference in the lives of others by sharing this amazing information. So in the meantime, it's been a lot of fun sharing it with all of you. And I'm going to stop the recording and find out if anybody has any questions. And if not, you know, please get in touch with the person who invited you tonight so that you can get more information, or at least share your impressions of what we had to share, and ask us if we would like to share with you some free resources. There's actually a cookbook of healthy living recipes that we can share with anybody that came on here tonight. So we look forward to touching base with you. And like I said, I'm going to stop the recording and